Almost belted his way out of the bear hug. Sweetan grabs the tights and tries to maneuver Huber back to the corner where Sweetan can tag Kirby. Kirby comes up from behind Huber. A bear hug by Kirby, and Kirby, very powerful, lifts Huber off Huber's feet. Huber flails away with forearms. And now a fist. Bangs the ears, and finally Kirby has to drop Huber, but Huber's definitely in the wrong corner as far as he's concerned. Venator keeps Sweetan back, so does Lee Warren, but Huber couldn't get away.
5 minutes have elapsed, 5 minutes left.
5 minutes remain. Huber spun away from O'Connor. O'Connor reaching out, trying to make a tag. Huber, Kirby, trading blows. Tag is made to Pat O'Connor. Sweetan, though, was being chased to the corner, and I don't think the referee saw it. No! The referees were doing something the fans wanted them to do, chase Sweetan out of the corner, and because of that, neither referee saw the tag made from Huber to O'Connor. The crowd's in an uproar, but they'd have been just as much in an uproar if the referees had let Sweetan come to clear across the ring to help Kirby. It was a no-win situation for the officials. And it was a no-win situation for Mike Huber. He's tossed to the ropes by Sweetan. Oh, hard forearm smash to the solar plexus. Flying elbow drop by Sweetan, but Huber's leg is on the ropes. There will not be a pin here. Sweetan works with a boot across the forehead of Mike Huber. And then Sweetan lifts Huber. Kirby brings up a foot and drives that boot into the stomach of Huber. Huber trying to get to Pat O'Connor. Here comes Kirby. Kirby working on the stomach of Huber, but Huber refusing to quit. Huber and Kirby trade blows. At Huber, this won't quit, and O'Connor urges on his partner. Down goes Kirby. Huber dives to O'Connor, and here comes the Irishman. Kirby backs into the corner. O'Connor goes to work on the stomach, and then the hard right cross by O'Connor. O'Connor whips Kirby into the buckle, flips him up and over. Here comes Sweetan. O'Connor spots him. Sweetan driven head first into the buckle by O'Connor, who then pounds on Kirby's face.
3 minutes left, 3 minutes.
Huber gets in his licks from outside the ring. O'Connor blasts Kirby in the face again. The sleeper hold by O'Connor on Kirby. Here comes Sweetan, and Sweetan kicks O'Connor right in the rib cage. Kirby whipped to the rope. Nearly hits the referee, and Kirby flipped over the top by O'Connor. O'Connor goes for the pin, count of one. And that, too, the very strong Kirby throws off O'Connor. O'Connor hurls Kirby to the ropes once more. The sleeper again as he tags Kirby coming off those ropes. Right in the middle of the ring, but there's Sweetan again. O'Connor released the sleeper before Sweetan could hit O'Connor, and O'Connor would like a piece of Sweetan. Kirby and Sweetan try to double team O'Connor, but it doesn't quite work. O'Connor butts the heads of Kirby and Sweetan together. It was almost 2 against 1. The sleeper again by O'Connor. O'Connor with the sleeper on Kirby. Sweetan sees what's happening. Warren manages to chase Sweetan out. They chase Huber out. Kirby trying to keep consciousness as O'Connor tries to cut off the blood supply to the brain. Kirby gets to his feet though, and O'Connor takes several hard smashes from Bob Sweetan outside the ring. Here comes Huber. We have 4 in one corner. Think what it'll be when there's 16 in one ring. Huber chased back by the referees. Kirby and Sweetan double teaming the former world champion.
1 minute left, 1 minute.
Just a minute remaining in the second main event. O'Connor trapped by Sweetan and Kirby. Side headlock. Off the ropes comes Sweet Dan with a flying tackle. O'Connor rolls, catches another flying tackle. O'Connor moves behind Sweet Dan. Reverse rolling cradle. This could be it, but Sweet Dan gets away. O'Connor behind Sweet Dan with the sleeper. O'Connor with the sleeper on Sweet Dan. Sweet Dan thrashing about, trying to get to his corner where he can tag Kirby. And does so. Kirby charges O'Connor, runs right into the sleeper again. O'Connor now with the sleeper on Kirby. Sweet Dan too groggy to do much good, helping Kirby. It's pretty much up to Kirby right now. Sweet Dan still in the corner trying to regain his bearing. Time running out. O'Connor trying to put Kirby away. Sweet Dan trying to get in there. Huber comes in to help. There's the bell. The time limit has expired. Kirby held on. Terrific. This weekend, a mixed tag match, man and woman versus man and woman, right here on Wrestling at the Chase. A mixed tag match, plus a whole lot more. Side headlock by O'Connor and Bulldog Bob Brown. Brown grabs O'Connor's hair. O'Connor pushed to the corner where Killer Carl Cox is. Brown and Cox both pound on O'Connor. Cox pounds away that elbow on O'Connor. Bear hug by Killer Carl Cox. He's using that to lift O'Connor. He bounced him once into the turnbuckle, and now Killer Carl Cox squeezes the former world champion. While he's doing that, though, he's careful to keep O'Connor within range of Bulldog Bob Brown. Brown getting in his licks from outside the ring as the referees try to control another rough and ready duel. This time it's Killer Carl Cox and Bulldog Bob Brown. O'Connor lands a fist to Brown and then puts a side headlock on Cox and checks the bridge work of Cox. Thinking of the tag team matches, think of all the excitement there's been today in the two tag matches. Imagine what it will be like when there is an 8-man tag match on that upcoming program. An 8-man tag match, each duel will have 2 corners into which they can tag. In other words, there will be someone in all 4 corners of the ring, and tags can be made to at least 2 corners for any partner. An 8-man tag match, in addition to the showdown between world champion Harley Race and Missouri Kingpin Ken Patera, in addition to the Battle of the Claws between Von Raschke and David Von Erich, in addition to the WWF champion Bob Backlund against 315-pound Buzz Tyler. Tommy Yates with a side headlock on Bulldog Bob Brown, and Brown is flung to the mat by Yates. Yates has a real good reputation down around Texas where he is a native. He's had some good outings down there and has done very well.
2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
2 minutes remain in the curfew. No falls yet. Brown and Cox against Yates and O'Connor. O'Connor angrily came into the ring. He still wants a piece of Cox. He doesn't like to see his man double team. The referees pull O'Connor off of Cox. Here comes Bulldog Bob Brown to the ring. Oh, he catches Yates right in the throat, and Yates was looking for Cox when he came off those ropes. Brown covering Yates. And Cox pulled Brown off of Yates. He didn't want Brown to pin Yates. I don't know if he could have, and Brown doesn't quite believe it. Tag is made to Cox. Cox lifting Yates for that brain buster. And I don't think Bulldog Bob Brown's going to care for this at all, because he might have been able to pin Yates, and instead Killer Carl Cox managed to maneuver his way into that ring to get the pin on Yates. And Brown is not at all happy with Killer Carl Cox. Exactly how that match ended, because Cox managed to get himself into the ring and make a pin on Yates, a pin that Bulldog Bob Brown could have made. We checked the clock, and time will expire during the rest period, so Brown and Cox are the winners, but they're certainly not happy victors. Brown and Cox. Brown very upset with Killer Carl Cox right now, but they are the winners. Let's hear from Mickey.
With time running out, the winner of the only fall and the match, Killer Carl Cox.
Pressure into the wrist. Romeo from outside the ring yells encouragement to his partner J.J. Dillon. Elbow smash into the shoulder by DiBiase. Tag made. Here comes Spike Huber. Huber and DiBiase working very smoothly together. Number of tags, trying to help their partner, have him in a good position when he comes into the ring. Huber taking advantage of that. He yanks J.J. Dillon down and comes up with an arm stretch on Dillon. Spike Huber stretching out on the arm of J.J. Dillon. Dillon trying to stand up and come out of the arm stretch. Dillon stepping over and uses his boot across the forehead of Huber. Oh, Huber shaking a bit from that attack to his face. Here comes Romeo with a forearm smash. Romeo pounding away on Huber. Arm locked by Romeo. Twists that arm around. Huber tries to pull away. Romeo doggedly hangs in there. Huber kicks Romeo off.
5 minutes have expired, 15 minutes left.
Good thinking right there by Spike Huber. He tagged the fresh man, Ted DiBiase, and DiBiase goes to work on Benny Romeo, dropping him with an elbow. DiBiase lifts Romeo, body slam by the Missouri State King. Flying elbow drop by DiBiase on Romeo. Count of one, DiBiase thrown away. And then he hooks the arm of Benny Romeo, trying to ride him down. There are bitter feelings, needless to say, between DiBiase and Race, and I'll tell you some other bitter feelings we should mention are those that are between Kerry Von Erich and Dick Murdoch. You know, Murdoch and Von Raschke pulled off something of an upset recently when they defeated David and Kerry Von Erich, and Kerry Von Erich blames himself completely for that setback. During a squabble inside the ring, Kerry was the outside man. He jumped in, blew his top, lost his temper. The referees tried to force him back, and while they were doing that, Murdoch took advantage of the distraction to jump off the top rope onto David Von Erich and to pin David Von Erich. Kerry blamed himself afterwards, and according to Kerry, he has some bills to pay. One debt to his brother David for causing a distraction that put David in a very vulnerable position, which Murdoch took advantage of. And some other debt, another debt has to be paid to Dick Murdoch by Kerry Von Erich, because as far as Kerry's concerned, Murdoch deliberately tried to injure his brother, and he feels there are some amends to be made there to Mr. Murdoch. The only thing Kerry has to be careful of is that he doesn't lose his temper when he's in there with Dick Murdoch, because if the match turns into a brawl, a back alley, knock him down, drag him out Donnybrook, well, that's the kind of match that Dick Murdoch likes. There's a lot at stake there, because either one of them would make a fine challenger for either the World Heavyweight or the Missouri State title. Nice takedown by Spike Huber, pitching Romeo to the mat. Huber pulls back on the arm, goes to the double wrist lock on Romeo. Romeo reaching up behind Huber. He was close to the hair. Huber twisting that arm. He can almost go to a hammerlock from there, or he can stay in the double wrist lock. He uses the elbow and shifts around an arm lock. That's it, Spike. Make a liar out of me. But it shows how many different holds you can do from one position. Spike Huber taking advantage of that fact, not letting Romeo set himself. Romeo, knowing he was having some trouble, began pounding on Huber, and now he tags J.J. Dillon and sets Huber up for Dillon. Dillon pounding on Huber. Dillon with a punch to the jaw. Forearm smash by Huber, but then Dillon works on the face. Huber tries to get to DiBiase. Dillon cuts him off. Dillon lifts Huber. Hard body slam from J.J. Dillon. He covers Huber. Oh, Dillon bench pressed off the top by Spike Huber. Tag made to Benny Romeo. Romeo pulls Huber to the corner and slams Huber head first into the turnbuckle. DiBiase steps into the ring, wants to come over and help his partner. The outside referee, Lee Warren, chases DiBiase back where he belongs. Here comes J.J. Dillon into the ring, a hard kick from Dillon. Dillon on the neck of Huber with that elbow. A punch to the mouth of Spike Huber by J.J. Dillon. Dillon lifts Huber. Huber skips behind him and tags Ted DiBiase. DiBiase comes into the ring and he tears into J.J. Dillon. Flying Veal by the Missouri State champion. Drop kick by Ted DiBiase. DiBiase with a flying mare on J.J. Dillon. Oh, knee drop across the chest. If it had been the throat, it would have been an automatic disqualification, but it was right on the chest. It was legal. DiBiase catches Romeo coming off. Falling body slam. DiBiase with a spinning toe hold. And into the figure four leg lock. The figure four leg lock by Ted DiBiase on Benny Romeo. Yanking back, jerking on the ligaments and the cartilage. Romeo crying out in pain. The same figure four leg lock.